Fantasy Philosophers is brought to you by fantasy-info.com.
The Lions' offense continued to look good against the Denver Broncos as Matthew Stafford had 13 completions off his 18 attempts for 130 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown went again, as it did last week, to Calvin Johnson, 2 catches for 34 yards and a touchdown. And Jahvid looked impressive once again. So it really does look like Matt Stafford has definitely improved. He does have more weapons around him. The main focus for the Lions this offseason in camps, OTAs, was to get this passing game up and running, and it sure looks like it is. I think Calvin Johnson is probably vaulting to me. He's vaulting up to probably being maybe the number 3 fantasy receiver this season. I know Calvin tends to have good preseasons, so you can only take it so much out of that. But really, this looks like a different situation for these guys. This is exactly what you want to see out of this team. And for Calvin, he has all the talent in the world. We've seen him either be the best receiver or one of the best receivers 2 years ago in fantasy when his team didn't win a game and he had a rotating quarterback situation. So now that Stafford's well polished, he's got that season underneath his belt, and he looks a lot more confident this year. I see good things for Johnson, Stafford, and as long as Best can stay healthy, he should have good success as well. For the Broncos, Kyle Orton was 16 of 22, 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. He did have 1 pick, but he had a really nice game for himself. And the one sleeper I want to talk about here, I've watched him, and he's going to start this year, is Jabbar Gaffney. He had 6 catches for 98 yards. Remember last year, I think it was week 17 when Marshall was benched, he had like over 200 yards receiving on, I think it was like 11 or 12 catches, and had a decent game even the week before that. So Gaffney, keep him on your boards as a sleeper late in the rounds. Even though he's on the Broncos, hey, Orton tends to like those big targets, and Gaffney can provide that for him. Eddie Royal, I believe, only had 1 catch for 8 yards. So with Gaffney, I think this is the guy you need to jump on.
For more fantasy football information, go to fantasy-info.com and sign up for our free e-newsletter. Good luck in your 2010 Fantasy Football League. As an added bonus, the Fantasy Info guys will include their 5 secret tips for success in fantasy football with your free subscription.